Oh, good evening. Hope you're staying warm. It's been a cold day, Peyton, huh?
Yeah, go ahead and take off the streaming starting soon because it's happening right now. But yeah, freezing rate potential, just giving you the latest update here on what we could see come Monday morning.
Yeah, meteorologist Dan Scoff, chief meteorologist Dan Scoff, made a weather blog on his day off. So you can go and check that out. Detailed analysis about what could potentially happen Monday morning. So that's why we're doing this live.
Yeah.
We have some icing potential coming up. But for tonight, it's just going to be pretty cold and actually seeing some dangerously cold weather. We had 1 mile day Thursday during the afternoon. Actually wasn't too bad, but we had an Arctic blast last night, and right now definitely feeling the effects of that Arctic blast. Check out the current temperatures across the area. Check out Kansas City. It's at 0. Fayetteville 13. Yep. Kylie, it sure is bitterly cold, and there's actually a wind chill factor too, so it's making it feel even colder.
Whew, yeah.
Here's Fayetteville. So Drake Field reporting in at 13 degrees. Dew point is 0. That north breeze hasn't quite died down.
Yeah, no, still kicking at 10 miles an hour, so I'm sure it feels a lot colder.
Yeah, it's going to be a wind chill factor tonight. It's Fort Smith, pretty quiet. A lot of people probably staying inside and enjoying the heat because your heater is going to be getting a workout tonight. Rogers is at 9 degrees. Fort Smith is at 19. So here is a rundown of what's going to be happening. Dangerous cold temps tonight, and below freezing temperatures kind of settle in all the way through Sunday morning. And then beyond that, Denise, finally, we're going to be getting to above freezing Sunday afternoon, but then quickly dropping back to below freezing. And the reason why we're doing this live is because there is some icing potential Monday morning. So freezing rain is going to be back in the forecast for us here. And then beyond that, it will be above freezing, and it will be pretty rainy next week. Here is the temperature trend for tonight. Getting down pretty low. So some areas might even get down to around 0 for that low. Then tomorrow, it's going to be a sunny day, but don't let that fool you. It's going to be staying cold, mid-20s for those highs. Okay, we're going to have some questions about the freezing rain. So we'll be driving home at 3 a.m. Monday morning. Will I beat the freezing rain home? Where are you going to be at, Kristen? Because if you're in the River Valley, I think that's...
Yeah, a little too late.
Yeah, that's about when it's going to be starting. So for tonight, wind chill advisory from midnight to around 10 a.m. Wind chill values as low as -10 tonight. Right now, pretty quiet weather. Expand the view, high pressure in control for us. So going to be some quiet weather, but the high pressure area will shift east, and then the weather will be acting up. So for tonight, not a whole lot going on. Just going to be cold and dry. Beyond that, tomorrow afternoon, cold and dry. And then notice the high clouds moving in Saturday night. Here's Sunday morning, seeing the clouds moving in. And then pretty soon, some activity moves in. Back in southwesterly flow. And that's trough across the desert southwest kind of hangs out. And that's going to be giving us some active weather. Precipitation chances pretty much every day next week. And highlighting that is the potential for some freezing rain.
Yeah, not looking forward to it. You're looking west. You see the Arctic cold air coming in. That's what came in today. It's going to stick around for quite some time. As Zach mentioned, that trough going to be bringing a lot of southwest flow. And it's actually going to bring some warm air above freezing, just above our heads, a couple thousand feet above the ground. But again, we had that shallow Arctic air mass hanging out. So just to our south, we got rain, but we have that cold layer where that rain will freeze on contact. And that's where we could see those impacts come Monday morning. So we're just here to give you the latest information on model trends and what we could be seeing in terms of accumulation potential just at a first glance.
Yeah, so that's the setup that we're going to be expecting, a shallow layer of the freezing air. So freezing rain looks to be the main precip type for us. And here is the graph model. I like what this model's doing. I think this is handling it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So here is 11 p.m. Sunday. Freezing rain moving in. Notice the temperatures across the area. upper 20s, lower 30s. So above in the atmosphere is going to be warmer. So the warm layer is not the surface. That denser cold air is still at the ground, and rain falling is going to freeze on contacts.
Yeah, especially metal surfaces. Definitely could be looking at some slick bridges and overpasses.
And then here's 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday. Most areas seeing freezing rain. Some areas in the River Valley, like LaFleur County, Poto area, they might be just above freezing.
Yeah,
So-
also maybe around Fayetteville. You look at these temperatures, they're all borderline. They're all 1 degree above, 1 degree below, or right at freezing. So it's all going to come down to how cold will it actually be come Monday morning. That's something we're going to have to watch.
Yeah, and then going forward in time, changing over to some rain mid to late morning.
Yeah, I think the freezing rain might hang on a little bit longer than that. All that cloud cover going to keep us pretty cool, but it actually might keep us a little more mild depending on how much we warm up come Sunday.
So Lisa has to. I need to drive my friend to XNA from Bella Vista Monday morning around 10 a.m. Are we going to make it?
Well, there is a good chance that it could all be out of here by 10. The rain won't, but the freezing rain itself might be. But those roads, some of those overpasses and bridges definitely could have some slick spots. And if it's only 33 degrees, 34 maybe around 10 a.m., if we get a good amount of ice, that may not all be melted by then. So the temperatures are going to be a big factor, and it's going to be very hard to figure out exactly what will happen to a degree or two difference. But that degree or two will make a huge difference on those roads.
Yeah, so here's 10 a.m. Monday morning. Notice how temperatures are warming up. I think this might be a little bit too warm here, 10 a.m.
Yeah, I think if we have more widespread rain, then
Yeah.
then that's not more widespread rain. Got lost. What was I saying? Oh yeah, more widespread rain, then why not warm up as much that fast?
Yeah. So that's one of our models. So here is a different model. I think this model is kind of overdoing stuff here. Here's Sunday showing snow and then the freezing rain moving in.
Mhm.
This is kind of showing a little bit higher totals here. A little bit higher coverage of that freezing rain.
Yeah, I think this could be what we might actually see because models often underdo the southwest flow.
Yep.
The NAM models are good at those shallow, cold air masses, so it might be more widespread than what we think. It also might be starting earlier than what we think. So let's take a look at the ice accumulation totals across several models here. Got the graph, the European, the ECMWF, and the GFS, as well as the NAM. So going through, you're going to find some similarities and differences. Starting off here, you can see most of the ice is going to be more towards the river valley because they are likely to see that freezing precipitation first, and it's going to last a good amount of time. The European still showing that bullseye kind of more towards the east of Fort Smith over in Franklin Johnson County. The GFS not showing a whole lot at all, but again, more towards Franklin County. And then you have the NAM showing a pretty heavy bullseye. It's not very spread out. A nice contour, but we got Southern Madison County, parts of Boone County, and Franklin Johnson County. So that bullseye kind of right in that Quad County area.
Yeah, so we think the bullseye is going to be south of the Boston Mountains.
Yeah, just right at the edge of those Boston Mountains.
Yeah, and the lower terrain areas because it's going to be a shallow cold air mass, and the cold air kind of settles. It's gonna be
I'll turn the comments off so you can see some of the totals.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what the NAM is saying.
Now, Jeremy brings up a good point about storm warnings. So I'll pull up what we could have. Let's go from my workspace. But yeah, could we? This is Zach Gilday, by the way, and Peyton Langford. So, do we think we'll have winter storm warnings? Well, I'll pull it up, a graphic that shows you kind of the winter weather advisory. This might be the right one. There we go. Throw this in here quick. Oh, he has 400 slides.
Oh, you need to delete something. Just go to yeah.
All right, stand by real quick. So, winter storm warning. So, this is about when they would issue it 24 hours in advance. And this is going to be for freezing rain, quarter inch or more. Now, I think it is possible that some counties in the River Valley could see those warnings, especially where the models landed on that kind of bullseye area. The counties included in that could be seeing that winter storm warning for some freezing rain or icing potential. But it's going to be close. Some models underdoing it, some models overdoing it. So I definitely think the National Weather Service or the Storm Prediction Center is going to have some decisions to make. But luckily for them, they have a couple of hours or 48 hours or less than 48 hours to make that decision. But it's going to be pretty close. I think they might pull the trigger on a couple of counties.
Yeah, I think they might too. Best chance is the River Valley for those ice storm warnings. Yeah, so usually issue 24 hours in advance. So, yeah. So probably Sunday morning if that happens, probably early, 2:00 in the morning, maybe. Issue it.
When they'll issue it?
Yeah. If they do.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably issue it at probably 2:00 in the morning come Sunday or 2 in the afternoon on Sunday. But the hours are probably going to be from 10 p.m. Sunday to, I don't know, 10 a.m. Monday at least. So something to definitely look out for. And you'll definitely get the first notice when that comes out if it does come Sunday.
Yeah, Alaska can take their weather back.
Yeah, I don't want it either.
Coming down to Fayetteville on Monday, do you think it'll be fine to drive or too much ice?
Depends on what time. If you're driving to Fayetteville, if you plan to be in Fayetteville 10, 11, 12 in the afternoon, I think you might be fine for the most part. Probably safer to be 11, 12, 1, kind of the time frame where I think it'll be starting to melt or it'll be all melted by then. Now, how does this look in comparison to the 2009 ice storm?
Yeah, we were just looking at that graphic, right?
Yeah, I was trying to make an ice accumulation forecast graphic, and I had to edit a 2009 ice storm one. I will pull that back up.
Yeah, pull that one up. Yeah, we were just looking at that graphic, and that was quite the ice storm. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Karen.
Definitely won't be that bad. Let's see. I'll have to search for it, so stand by here.
Yeah, he's gonna find that. So he's on Weather One trying to find that graphic. But so if you're just joining us, we're doing this live because we have freezing rain potential that is increasing for Monday, and Peyton looks like he's got it. He's got it up.
So this is the observed ice accumulation amounts. Golly, 1.5. When I saw that, I was like, holy smokes. Because that definitely caused power outages. Definitely caused power outages. This road slicker than snot. Just absolute chaos, I imagine. 1.5 inches of ice. Man. But yeah, this is not going to be anything like that, thankfully. But, it's the first time we've seen ice in quite some time. Zach, how was this past winter or January 2023? Was there any ice you remember that stood out?
Nothing like this, Peyton. That would shut down things. If we saw that, we would be seeing significant impacts. Not only the road issues, power outages, that would cause tree branches to fall down. So you do not want to see that. And here is what Peyton just made. This is what we think is going to be happening for Sunday into Monday. So notice that the ice totals are kind of shifted south. So the bullseye for that one was kind of over the Ouachita Mountains. This is going to be near the Boston Mountains.
Yeah, it's going to be the foothills of the Boston Mountains. So there you see that kind of bullseye area. I probably should make that a little more circular, but probably 1/4 of an inch at the most is what I'm thinking right now. Of course, come time, I'm sure some models will show higher amounts, but it could be a pump fake. Definitely something to watch out for. But I think a good swath, most people will see probably that 0.1 to near 1/4 inch in terms of accumulation. But our entire coverage area, I'm sure we'll see at least 0.01. So I think there's definitely going to be a good amount of icing across the coverage area. But again, that bullseye being around Ozark, Clarksville, and parts of southern Madison County as well.
Yeah. So when will it melt? Getting a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, well, we can go back to the 40. We can show the 48-hour temperatures, or I guess the future track temperatures. Hey, there's something nice right there.
Some warm air is on the way, but when will that be happening?
Oh man, I'm hoping for by Monday. I'm sure Monday there will be not a single flake of snow on the ground. Like Monday afternoon, maybe Tuesday,
Yeah.
because that's when our lows are finally going to be above freezing. So any patch of snow is going to be gone. But you can see, till then, we're going to be pretty cold, feeling the effects of that Arctic air. Hopefully, it's the last Arctic blast for quite some time. You see, Sunday does get above freezing, just barely. And then come one day, we're going to be well above that, all that rain coming in.
Here's that 7-day. Just in case you missed the 10 o'clock news, here it is. Yeah, see Monday, the high of 40. So it's going to melt during the afternoon Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And the rain will hang on. So Monday afternoon, going to be seeing some rain. And then beyond that, just a rainy week ahead.
So the ice won't be sticking around at least. Yes, Ashton. Thankfully, it will melt by the afternoon hours. But that Monday morning commute, a lot of people will travel into work. So definitely could make some minor impacts on roadways. And then you have any accidents that will back up stuff even more. So that's why we're just kind of letting you know this could be a high impactful morning if this all does come to fruition.
Yeah, notice we have the stay tuned on there. That is the precursor to the alert day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're thinking about it.
Yeah, thinking about that. Thinking about the fact that again, this could be pretty impactful morning. Yes, snow. Snow. You can blow it off, or at least the blowing snow. You can treat the roads. You can't take the RDOT plows and take it with that ice, because you try to scrape some of that ice off, you're going to be scraping the top of the road, and the road's going to be all kinds of messed up. Plows are probably going to get all damaged.
Yeah, so we don't want the ice, because it doesn't matter if you have all-wheel drive. You can have the best car for snow. You're still going to be slipping and sliding.
Yeah, you can't get any traction at all.
If you have the best tires, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So and it's just more than just the road conditions. It could cause power outages, tree limbs falling down.
Yeah, it's a good point. If you have any dead tree limbs or tree limbs you're thinking that might be blown off the next storm, might as well go ahead and brave the cold tomorrow or Sunday. Get those taken care of, because those could fall off if there is a good amount of ice accumulation.
Just rain, or will there be any tornado type stuff like last week?
No, I don't think we're going to see any severe weather. There's not enough instability, especially for Monday. Now, maybe there might be some instability trying to creep in there. I haven't looked at long-range models towards the middle of the week to late next week, but maybe some instability might be trying to creep in there. I think it's a little bit too far to tell what we could be seeing. Definitely going to be seeing a lot of rain. I'm not thinking any thunderstorms.
Is there any chance it doesn't warm up during the day on Monday?
Andy Reid, the Chiefs coach.
Oh, hope your mustache is thawed out. No, yeah. I'm sure that's not Andy Reid,
right?
From the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, it is going to warm up because we do have that southwest flow. We're talking about the heat over Mexico and the Pacific Northwest, the Eastern Pacific, which is in El Nino, which is actually starting to fade away a little bit. But definitely seeing some warmer waters compared to the Pacific Northwest. All the terrain heating effects that it's going to bring a pocket of heat. So I definitely expect it to warm up well above freezing come Monday. But if it doesn't, we're in some serious trouble. And it could look like 2009 if it doesn't get above freezing at all.
If it doesn't, then we could be in some serious trouble for sure. But we are going to be in that southwesterly flow, and we should be warming up. But again, the models don't handle that flow very, very well at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be watching. But I think they've been pretty consistent with showing us warming up during the afternoon Monday.
Yeah. Bradley brings up a good point that the ground is still frozen. I'm going to go on weather too, Zach. If you want to pull that up, I'm going to pull up the U.S. soil temperatures map around Fayetteville. I'm always looking at that because I want to see if the ground is above or below freezing.
Yeah, so while you get that up, I'm going to address Denise's question. Any chance warm up could come earlier and then no ice?
That's a possibility.
It is a possibility, but I think that's a pretty low end chance just
Yeah.
because the Arctic air is here. Those are stubborn air masses.
Yeah, they don't move out because cold air is so dense.
Yeah.
So thinking about trying to get something to move that's like insanely dense takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, I mean, we have this graphic here. So we're looking west from our forecast area. So the cold air is there.
Have the soil temperatures pulled up whenever you have the chance.
And that's going to be stubborn. There's the warm air. Notice we still have the cold air hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's going to be gone before we get the potential for this freezing rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Peyton's got the. What do you have?
Yeah.
Up?
So I'll have the U.S. soil temperature map around Fayetteville. And you can see, yeah, it's still below freezing. Zoom in here. Yeah, still below freezing. Here's the current temperature. It's reading 28 degrees Fahrenheit as of today. But it is expected to warm up. This is why the ice could accumulate on those roadways Monday morning, especially if the soil will stay below freezing. So it could last as long as the late morning hours in terms of how long the ice could last before it warms up enough to melt the ice and then melt the ground or thaw out the ground, so to speak.
Yeah.
Chris Ebert, thanks for popping on, man.
Hey, Chris.
Gotta find my ice skates.
We missed you around here.
I think it was, yeah. Oh, boy, we're going to need you. Those climbing days, putting up the cameras, all that jazz. But ice skates, I think it was, what is his name? I think it's Alex Libby at a Little Rock. He actually skated. He actually had some ice skates. It was like skating outside of Little Rock.
Oh, really?
Ice skating, yeah, like some frozen water.
I didn't see that.
Oh man, I gotta pull out. It was pretty cool. I was like, whoa, there's no way you could like outdoor skating in Arkansas.
Yeah, here's a couple of more maps here. Here's the European showing 1/10 of an inch of ice for most areas, and then again, I think there's some areas, especially in the River Valley, where we could get around 1/4 inch of ice.
Yeah, I definitely think it's possible, not out of the realm of possibility.
And again, this is for Sunday into Monday. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about the icing potential for the Monday morning commute.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any questions, feel free to chime in. Right now, no concerns, just very cold.
Yeah. What does the total liquid precip map look like? So show the WPC QPF.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have that in your show, do you?
Yep.
You should. Yeah.
So this is for the next 7 days.
Yeah, over the next 7 days, this very active southwest flow, kind of going back and forth, but I think it is landing on the eastern part of our coverage area. Going to be seeing probably 2.5 inches is possible. I think probably closer to 2 if we're being honest. In the northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days, probably going to see 1 or an inch to 1.5 inches. So definitely going to be a rainy week. At least though it's warming up. So on the 7 day there, temperatures lower 50s. Most of the rain is going to be to the south. Yeah, you can see east of Houston. So we're talking about Beaumont. You got southwest Louisiana. Going to be seeing closer to 5 to 7 inches. Wow.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of
want
rain.
to keep the umbrellas handy. Holy cow. Man.
Yeah, so for us, not as much, but still definitely worth noting.
Oh, this is a great question, Brooke. Why are Canadian models showing more ice? Is that possible? Well, no, one model could be right. Every other model could be wrong. What I think is different with the Canadian is the parameters and the bounds at which it sets certain parameters. Talking about growing ice crystals and all that, that's really down to the nitty gritty. But it could have different bounds because it's used to more Canadian air. And there's some rules of thumb that have to deal with Canadian air masses. And I'm sure the Canadian model will show a lot more ice because it's used to dealing with more cold stuff. So that's my best guess as why it's still showing ice. I don't think we have a Canadian model.
I think
no
we
way
do.
we do.
I think we got it right here.
All right, yeah, we'll show the Canadian, the gym model.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, so here you go. I'm sure this is showing a ton of ice, isn't it? It always overdoes the ice. The gym and the icon do.
Oh,
Doesn't
what?
go. We don't have one that goes out far enough.
That's-
Oh,
what's going on there?
all right. You do it on weather too.
All right, stand by.
Yeah, we will definitely be showing, all models. It's fair to give all models a chance. Look at all of them. Kind of get an idea. Ooh, I don't know if this has ice accumulation.
That's so
There
weird.
we go. Okay.
You got it.
Total freezing rain accumulation. Yeah.
All right. Here it is. Yeah, it's a 1 inch. Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's 1 inch.
Yeah, zoom in on that a little bit.
2 inches.
Oh boy.
Some spots.
Yeah, I haven't seen this run.
It's not a very reliable model. But we take all models into consideration.
Yeah, that's a lot of ice.
Yeah, you can take it off for that. I'll show that.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the Canadian model.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's kind of an outlier. Because here are all the models that we have here.
Bradley brings up a great point. Or this for be a 2009 event. God forbid we would need a northeast flow of wind at the surface. Man, yeah, if there was some northeast flow, that would be a thick layer of cold air. That'd be a lot of freezing rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no northeast flow.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. So notice that Canadian model, definitely a big outlier.
Mm-hmm.
Graph model, nowhere near that. European model, a little bit less. GFS model, GFS model has been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
NAM model, I think the NAM is doing the best job with this. So as far as 2009 events, don't think it's going to be that bad.
I don't think it's going to be that bad. And if we're wrong, then we're in trouble.
We should go back and look at like the like a surface map, 2009.
Oh man.
You know how to do that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. There's ways.
I'll try to find some.
All right. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, we are looking at the potential for some freezing rain on Monday morning. So definitely gonna have to watch out for that potential. Right now it's just cold. Not a whole lot going on across the area, but the Arctic air is here. And
Found one.
oh, nice.
From
All right.
National Weather Service Little Rock.
All right, stand by.
It's weather. Yeah, high drive. Yeah, so the stationary front and that southerly flow, because of that northeasterly flow, you had a bunch of overrunning. And because this front didn't go anywhere, you just had tons and tons of rain dropping down on super cold temperatures for such a long time. You can find this at weather.gov, searching up just ice storm 2009 if you want to relive it. Not sure most people do. Oh, man, yeah. Ton of ice. And
Look at those photos.
man, yeah, ice is
See,
no
look at
joke.
all those limbs that fell.
Mhm.
I'm sure the power outages was just really bad.
Yeah, I'll have to ask my grandparents about it. Or my aunts, uncles.
Yeah, so that situation
Whoa.
is
30,000 utility poles were down or snapped. 100,000
Wow.
people without power.
I wonder how much money that cost to fix.
Yeah, probably quite a bit.
Yeah, so Bradley's saying 2009 storm had a lot of wind with it too. We were between pressure systems and
Hmm.
gradient winds were awful.
Oh man, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, so for this event, the winds they're going to be picking up.
Yeah, thankfully they'll be out of the south,
Yeah.
way more than the north. Pretty sure it was pretty even with the northeast winds and the southerly winds for that.
Yeah, so our setup is not going to look like that.
Mm. None of that 2009 stuff.
Yeah, here's what's happening right now.
Show that. Yeah.
So we have the cold air in place, but notice that stalled out front to cross like West Texas. That's going to be passing through, and it's not going to be stalling out over us or anything.
No. Thank goodness.
Sounded like a war zone with all those trees snapping. If you haven't seen those, Google it sometime. Yeah, trees snapping. Those are so loud.
Yeah, it's loud. It's like a gunshot almost. I had a
Yeah.
big 3-inch limb snap in my backyard over the summer. It was super loud. Scared me.
Yeah, so we're not expecting that type of deal. But we are expecting the ice.
Yeah, show those ice accumulation predictions one more time.
Yes, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in. Probably wrap this up pretty soon. Been on here for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Just big story is we have the freezing rain potential ramping up Sunday into Monday. Let's probably look at the timing once again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I made a timing graphic too. I can show that as well. I don't know why the content library is grayed out.
Gonna have to. Yeah. I know what you mean.
That's weird.
Yeah, I think I might have to close it down. What do you have on Weather 1 or Weather 2?
Max is not open.
Oh,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
still open. Yeah. Yeah, or you can show it. Yeah. There it is. That's so weird.
So this is the current timing that we're thinking of the that freezing rain. Starting in the southwest. So it's a little bit different than what you're used to with our normal storm timing graphics. Excuse me, but thinking about 10 p.m. is probably the earliest we'll see it start. Then lasting probably 10 a.m. It's probably going to last probably 12 hours. It's not going to be a moderate freezing rain for 12 hours, but they'll be pretty moderate to start with, and then taper off into a freezing kind of drizzle. But definitely going to start around 10 p.m. in the hot pink there, that kind of Barbie pink. Start around 11 p.m. more in that, I guess, magenta color, and then around midnight in that very pale pink kind of color. Yeah, I think it's probably going to last until the late morning when all is said and done before it's entirely transitioned over to rain. I think most models are showing that, so that's kind of what we're leaning to. So yeah, thoughts, Zach? Think it's pretty good timing.
Yeah, so this timing is when the threat of the freezing rain will be there.
Yeah.
So again, starting in the river valley and then expanding to the north.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what's going to be happening. So again, here's Sunday 9 p.m. And then 10 p.m. is the hour where it looks to be starting in the river valley. So at this point in time, temperatures look to be below freezing. And then the warm air starts to move in. That Arctic air kind of erodes at the surface, climbing up to above freezing for some. Here's 4 o'clock in the morning. Going to be pretty marginal, but it's looking like the main precip type looks to be the freezing rain.
Bradley brings up a great point while we're looking at the future track. These temps will be borderline. Those temps are going to be that deciding factor because they are looking to be a degree above or degree below. Models don't handle the advection well. That's the movement of an air mass from one location to another. But with that being said, Bradley, they also don't necessarily handle warm air advection. So while they don't handle cold air advection well, they certainly don't handle southwest warm air advection well. So they could be warmer than what models are showing right now.
Yeah, but I think the models will handle the cold air that's in place well.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have data from what's actually happening.
Hmm.
So I think they're going to handle that well, but they're not going to handle the warm up.
Right.
So that's the question. Right now, we're going with a high of 40 for Monday.
Hmm.
And that's mainly because of warm air advection. It's going to be cloudy throughout the day. And then notice a transition to all rain. Well, there's still a few little pink areas near the foothills of the Boston Mountains. So the cold air might become trapped at some low-lying areas.
Hmm.
And then finally, during the afternoon, all rain. Going to be raining. So Monday is going to be a washout.
The whole week's a washout, honestly.
Yeah, the whole
Just
week.
Scrap the whole week.
Yeah. Getting to school and work may be tough that morning.
Right. And again, these don't we just love winter weather events during that early morning commute times? You're talking about Friday morning. What was that? January 12th. We're talking about Monday morning, the 15th, 14th, 15th.
Yep.
Yeah, the 15th. So winter weather events and the morning commute hours, they're going hand in hand, and this will be another one, and it makes it hard on us because we want to get you guys to work safely or keep you off the roads if it's looking too dangerous. But these are some very, very tricky forecasts, I would say, because it is right. Sorry.
I don't know. I was gonna say another long weekend might be coming.
Yeah, another extended weekend. But again, it's all going to come down to those temperatures. Will it be freezing at the surface or not? How long will those freezing temperatures last? Because it might warm up pretty fast, but Arctic air is pretty stubborn. So it's definitely going to be a close call, and you're going to have to stay tuned for the forecast this weekend leading up to that, just to kind of get the up-to-date and latest information on what there is to know.
Yep. Again, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff made a weather blog. He wrote an article on his day off about this storm system.
Yeah, take the camera off there. It's pretty similar to what he posted on Facebook, if not entirely the same. He might have changed a little bit, but I had a couple of graphics in there. But you can go read it if you don't check out meteorologist Dan Scoff's Facebook page.
Are the cold temps now going to affect the ground temps as far as ice amounts?
Are the cold temps going to affect the ground temps as ice amounts? So, like the actual ground temperature. Well, if it's below freezing, then it won't melt any precipitation that falls on it, and it is more likely to accumulate. So, if that's what you're asking, Lisa, then yes, those cold temps that are at the ground, like the actual soil temperature being below freezing, if that lasts for quite a while, then we're likely to see more of that accumulation.
Yeah. So I think you just grabbed it.
Yeah.
We got
Get that magic 8 ball out again, baby.
Sometimes the forecast is very uncertain.
Yeah.
And we're not quite sure what's going to happen. So what we do is very scientific. We get out an 8 ball.
Yeah, got the magic 8 ball.
Yeah.
We got to ask it.
And then we ask that.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
What should we ask the magic 8 ball? Let's hear from some of you guys. What should we ask the magic 8 ball? I got a couple questions in mind.
Because the 8 ball is usually pretty good.
Usually it's pretty good. There was a period over the summer where I beat it like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's kind of a shock to its credibility. Well, I trust it for the most part. Let's ask it.
We definitely need rain down here. We definitely need rain down here in far
Culver, Oklahoma, for Southwest Arkansas River Valley come this weekend. After last weekend, we had a deep freeze and below freezing temperatures. Yeah, super dry air definitely didn't help either. So that we definitely could use the rain. Well, it's Thursday, and you could show the drought monitor. I don't know how much it changed or not.
Yeah. I can get that up.
Yeah.
So
let's ask the 8 ball.
So you can ask the 8 ball. Will school be canceled on Monday? And I'll get the drought monitor up.
All right. So we're gonna do this in the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas. Will school be canceled on Monday in the River Valley? Survey says, outlook not so good. So it's not looking good for schools on Monday. I think that's what that means. When you agree, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now in Northwest Arkansas, will schools be canceled Monday morning, Northwest Arkansas? It is certain. Okay. So maybe the weather ball or the 8 ball, not weather ball, maybe the 8 ball's onto something. Maybe it knows that schools will be canceled. I think a delayed start might be pretty possible, but maybe not if those surface temperatures are below freezing and the roads are pretty slick. It's going to be hard to kind of start school at 10 for that delayed start. So, in terms of a hard rain or a light rain, it's going to be a pretty moderate rain. There might be some pockets embedded in there, some heavier precipitation, but I think mainly it's just going to be a pretty moderate kind of steady rain. Sometimes at some parts in the day, it will be lighter for some people compared to others, but definitely looking like some moderate rain, I think, is what we could be seeing. Zach, the drought monitor, how's it looking?
It is looking pretty good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were asked.
Oh yeah, but southwest of the Arkansas River Valley. Yeah, what you got for me there? There you go. Abnormally dry.
Well, let's expand the view.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are some areas of Oklahoma that are in the severe drought. But if you look at our forecast area, not looking too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look over here.
Oh.
See, they're gonna like that rain. This part of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really need that rain because here's what we're expecting. Here's all the rain. So for the next 7 days,
going to be seeing some serious drought relief.
Yeah.
For most of the southeast. Man.
Yeah, so a lot of rain coming in here, for us.
Golly, man, that's a lot of rain. This is reminding me of the active summer where we just had southwest flow day in and day out, rain day in and day out. Entire weeks were a washout. Speaking of washout, I need a car wash now. All the snow's melted. The snow is pretty dirty.
Yeah,
car dirty.
I could use a car wash too, but whenever I get a car wash, my car floods out.
Oh,
so that's kind of an issue.
Fold the whole program, huh?
Fold it.
Fold the whole program. That's probably my funniest video, not only in hog history, but just the entirety. Oh, just fold the whole program. That was kind of my thoughts with Arkansas football.
Yeah, that was a segment that ran on KNWA like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh man. Fold the whole program.
So we got the 8-ball out. If you have any more questions for the 8-ball, we can ask it. And so if you're just joining us, we got that freezing rain potential coming in for Monday morning. And that can cause some issues. Not expecting 2009 ice storm issues.
No. I want to pull up some pictures from the Oregon ice storm while we're at it. Just recently. Oh, man, I saw pictures. Oh, it is just brutal. It is just sad. Like, it is super heavy freezing rain. Like several inches.
Okay.
Yeah, here's a picture.
All right, stand by.
Oh, I don't mean to pull that up, but open image, a new tab. I mean, kind of looking like 2009. Some of the pictures I saw, just super heavy ice accumulation. That is just terrible. You're going to slip and slide all over the place.
Yeah, that's not good.
Some of the other pictures is just, some of it's from Tennessee. Been seeing a lot of ice, especially on Twitter. Oh, man. It's terrible. Ice is worse than snow, in my opinion. You can go ahead and pull it off that, I guess.
Yeah.
But
sure is cold right now for us, though.
Oh man, yeah, not going anywhere.
Mark is in Florida, and the weather is great.
Hey, Mark, you want to trade spots?
Yeah, I am jealous.
I was jealous of Midland yesterday because I saw Midland, Texas, West Texas got up to 77 for a high. And during the newscast, I was like, whoa, I want to be there, all right. But then today I saw they were 40 degrees colder, and now looking at it, they're 27. It's a little bit warmer than here, but
Yeah.
sure would want to be there. I'd rather be where Mark is in Florida.
Yeah, so look at Texas. Texas was very warm yesterday, and right now is
Oh,
cooling
man.
down.
Yeah. Mark, what is it in Florida? You got to tell us the temperature right now. If you say anything above like 32, I'm going to be super jealous. Oh, Brent's got a great question. Will the Hogs win tomorrow? After they got that buzzer beater against my fighting Texas Aggies, it's kind of disappointed, but it's nice to see the Hogs have their first SEC win. I remember when I was a student here at the U of A, there's a lot of hype. And they're actually pretty good. So it would be nice to see them win again. Will the Hogs win tomorrow? Let's see. Most likely.
Oh,
Yeah, most likely they will win.
Guarantee that.
Hey, good teams win, great teams cover the spread.
Yeah, so this is a test for the 8-ball.
Yeah, we're going to see if the 8-ball can get sports picks right.
See, this is why we have the 8-ball here.
Yeah, that's the real reason.
Yes, sports should probably get one too.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, definitely a lot colder. Oh, another question. You can pull up the full camera there with the question. Could you ask the 8-ball if the ice on Monday is the end of this cold? All right, yeah. Is the ice on Monday the end of the cold for the rest of winter? I see it as a yes. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Dude, if that's the case, all hail, bow down to the Magic 8-ball.
Yeah. Wonder what the groundhog says about that.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for Groundhog Day. Gonna have to watch that movie.
Up.
I have to watch that movie before
Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan's got a groundhog tie.
Yeah.
And we got, was that Phil back there?
Yeah, we got Punxsutawney Phil.
We do have Phil back there.
Will 2024 be an El Nino year? So we'll pull up another something on weather too. It's shows the warming and the cooling for the ocean, or El Nino La Nina. Take a second. It's called the ONI. So the Climate Prediction Center, ONI, is a measure of the El Nino oscillation. It has the entire history. But as of right now,
all right,
pull up on weather too real quick. It shows the El Nino strengthening, or at least it did through October, November, December. You got up to 1.9 degrees Celsius above normal. But I've definitely seen a lot of chit chat on weather Twitter that November, December, January, it's actually starting to fall a little more neutral, and some climate things are saying that we could be seeing the end of an El Nino. So it'd be a pretty short-lived El Nino, but definitely was quite the super El Nino. We can go back to the full webcam here. Yeah, so it's full webcam. I've seen the chatter that El Nino is starting to die. I'm gonna have to dive into more of that climate science. I love that kind of stuff. So we're gonna have to see. If that's the case, then a La Nina severe season could be pretty active.
Yeah. Yep. Could be. Summer was active.
Yeah, and that was pretty neutral, right? Wasn't it? Let me see. Yeah, summer was a low end El Nino, kind of neutral in the beginning of summer, in spring. So, if we can get to a La Nina severe season and into the summer, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be pretty bad.
71 Florida.
No, you're kidding. Right now, we're the high. If the high is 71, that's pretty good. If it was 71 in Florida right now,
when's the last time it was 70 here?
I can tell you. I can tell you the last time it was 70.
I'm sure it's been a while.
Ooh, yeah. So the last time the temperature was...
What do you guys think? When do you think the last time it was 70 here?
Oof. Last time it was 70 or greater was August 1st.
August 1st.
Yeah.
Got the data up. August 1st.
Whoops.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been quite some time since it's been 70 degrees. Oh man, can't wait for that again. 70s, quite the breeze.
Are you sure the 8-ball doesn't have a crack in it? It's answering a little weird.
Huh. Some of its answers were pretty weird with the snow stuff. I remember asking some of the questions on I think like the Wednesday before it happened. Some of the answers were just out the wazoo. It was like swinging all over the place. Mark Smith, you're kidding. 71 right now.
Dude,
I'm on my way out of here.
pack our bags.
I'm out of here, man. 71.
That's
I
nice.
wish.
Yeah, to put that into perspective, here's what we're dealing with right now.
13.
Yeah, it's pretty
Golly.
cold. And to our north, even colder.
0 in Kansas City.
Yeah. Tonight might get down to 0.
Yeah, some spots definitely could see 0 degrees.
Yeah, let's get a close up here about what's going on.
Yeah, Mark, that's even warmer than what it was for the Bills-Dolphins game. Kickoff was like 64.
Yeah, Rogers 9 degrees, Cassville 7 degrees. I think Grove, that sensor might be a bit off.
Yeah, that sensor is off. It's been off for a couple of days. I've talked to National Weather Service Tulsa, see if they're on it. Nobody's got back to me. So, that light went out. Huh. But yeah, I hate the cold, man. Stinks.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as cold as the last cold snap.
Yeah, thankfully. And
Yeah.
it doesn't last as long. So it's kind of
Yeah.
a mini Arctic blast.
Yeah,
which is good.
pretty soon the cold air is going away. Here's 7-day forecast, just in case you missed the 10 p.m. news. Here it is. So tomorrow, yep, it's going to be a cold day. Sunday creeping up to above freezing, and then the freezing rain potential.
And the lows. Look at the lows above freezing. That's something you don't see every day. I'm going to look at the last time we had a low above freezing.
It's going to go down to 65 tonight.
Oh, man. In Florida?
Yeah, Florida seems to be the place to be right now.
Man. The last time that we had a low above freezing, that's 16. All right. The last time we had a low above freezing was Monday, January 8th. It was 39.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so right now we're looking at temperatures across the country. The Arctic air mass is in place.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, this will be gone, man.
Yep. Yep, the high pressure area will be shifting east.
TJ says 72 in Ozark, Arkansas, in the house.
Yeah, in the house.
See what it is in our station. You know, it's kind of warm today.
I know it is kind of warm in here.
It's 68, but it's pumping 76 degree
Yeah.
air. But only 68. 72 in the house. A lot warmer than my house. Roommates keep it pretty chilly. Like
Yeah.
63, 64. Ooh.
Hope Mark has a big yard. We'll all come in with tents.
Oh yeah, Mark, get ready. We're all coming.
Yeah, because we can't go out tonight. It's cold.
I know it's brutally cold, man.
Yeah, and thanks for sticking with us on this Facebook Live on this cold Friday night.
On this cold and gray Chicago morning. It's a Johnny Cash reference.
Is it?
No, Elvis. Oh, I'm going to make a lot of people mad. Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
The king.
Anyways. Watching the Australian Open, and of course, everyone is toasty. So jealous. Yeah, it's their summer.
Summertime down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down under.
Was it January here? That's like their July, right?
Yeah. It's their
Yeah.
summer, golly. Probably
Because December's like their
heating up.
June, right? And then, yeah.
Yeah, see what it is in Melbourne, Australia.
Is that where the Australian Open is?
Yeah, I've been
mowed
watching a
on.
little bit of it in the production room, in the control room. Temperature,
Australian Open is just a golf tournament or tennis tournament?
tennis.
Tennis tournament.
Yeah. PGA did start though this week. It's 80 right now in Melbourne, Australia.
80.
80. Pretty humid too.
Yeah. Let's head to Australia. You want to take the map and swing over to Australia?
It'll feel like we're there. We would need to, one of Josh Marshall was playing some like cabana music to make it feel a little warmer here. Man, Australia's way down there.
It's pretty far away. There it is.
Yeah, we don't use. We're not pulling the satellites from there.
No. We have to load up the satellites.
We have to load up goes west.
Yeah.
I think maybe not even that one. Nope, that didn't even reach it. Scrap it. Oh, yeah, all the.
There's a lot. I think it takes a while to load.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we could just be jealous, look from afar.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for joining us. Yeah, we're probably gonna sign off now. We've been on here for about 1 hour. But freezing rain potential is increasing for Monday morning. I'll be here on the weekend. I'll be up doing some more lives. And again, thanks for joining us. It's cold out there. Stay warm, stay safe, and have a great night.
Have a great weekend too.